Hey y'all, I'll be back in front of the camera soon with new tits. It's not like I was like throwing the knockers, in the camera anyway, but I'll be in front of the camera soon. I'll probably start working in front of the camera like this weekend. So by next week, you guys should be seeing my face again. Okay. Live and in color. Okay. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. And if you are not already a part of our book club, please hit the Patreon link below and or the join button here on the YouTube. And for a small monthly fee of $5, you babies, yes, you can be privy to all the shenanigans before the YouTube gets it, if the YouTube gets it. Now, let's continue talking about Richard Pryor's prior convictions and other life sentences. The official autobiography. Y'all, this one's going to be juicy. Juicy! You're welcome. My personal life had no brilliance. I lived with Casey. Now let me tell you who Casey is. Casey the Contessa. Casey's last name is actually La Negra or Del Rio or something like that, right? But because she had an old sexy Latin last name, he found it more, let's say, suitable to give her the last name Contessa. She was an old stewardess that he bumped into up there in Hollywood while he was doing the Booger Sugar, child, and fell madly for her. Okay, now notice I ain't say madly in love with her. I said fell for her. Let me tell you why. Because she treated him like a doll baby. Okay, he needed to eat. Here you go, Richie. Here goes something to eat. Ooh, here's the airplane. Meow. Okay, washed his ass, did his feet, did everything for him. And he's like, I may got something here. Here's a dumb, sexy bitch that's going to do everything I want her to do. Okay? Until, she didn't do everything he wanted her to do. Like, shut the hell up and leave him alone. Okay? So anyway, I lived with Casey in a house overlooking the Sunset Strip. It was not a scene that could be described as loving or tranquil. We had a birthday party at a fancy restaurant once, invited a lot of people, got dressed up, but Casey and I arrived fighting and continued yelling through the dinner. Finally, the waiter served the cake. I blew out the candles and then smashed the cake in Casey's face. Girl. Oh, yeah. As I got up to leave, the waiter offered her a towel in a deliberate, ladylike fashion. She cleaned herself up and then to the waiter said, I'll have my coffee now. Oh, girl, what kind of Dominique Bouvier bullshit is that? I'll have my coffee now. Oh, she old classy bitch. I guess stewardess, you got to be classy to be a stewardess. Oh, she's a classy thing, y'all. Ooh, Casey, what's her name? Casey Contessa, child, because that couldn't have been me. We'd have been on that restaurant scrapping. Y'all would have had to call PG County or Cobb County to come get my ass up off that nigga. My bad, y'all. Okay. That was tame compared to the other shenanigans that went on when the Contessa wasn't around. Sometimes I spent days at a time hanging out, snorting boogity sugary, and bullshitting with Mooney, the only one who did not ever do drugs. Y'all, I'm betwixt because I'm like, Paul Mooney never did drugs, never. But then again, I'm like, that Negro too honorary to have did drugs, It's like he want to stay sober around all the high people so he can, let's say, take advantage. Like his best friend's son. Okay, moving on. Dirty D and Prophet an artist friend who resembled Miles Davis. When the air cleared, we ventured down the hill to the candy store or the Daisy, exclusive private clubs in Beverly Hills. I wasn't a star, but they still let us rub elbows with a crowd that included, that included Elizabeth Taylor, Peter Lawford, and Sal Mineo. Once I saw a drunk Richard Harris chase Bobby Darin out of the Daisy. Wait a minute, is Bobby Darin? Ooh, 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 don't worry. Ooh, 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 don't worry, be happy. Is that Bobby Darin? Or is Bobby Darin like a white comedian? I don't know. Hold on. Who's these spam people? They be blowing me. Keep calling me every day. Okay. Where are we? Out of the Daisy. At the candy store, I followed Kim Novak around like a dog hoping for a sniff. Another time, Mooney and I arrived just as Steve McQueen was leaving. He shoved his face straight into mine and asked, "Is that Dick Pryor? Is that him?" I looked him right back in his face and said, "No." I know that's right. You ain't gonna just be walking up to my face, is that Dick Pryor? And then you got my name wrong. If you don't get out my face, Steve McKing. As I walked by, I heard him say to Mooney, "The guy looks just like, and you look like Steve McQueen," Mooney said. If that was a put on, I was once the victim of an even better act than mine. I spotted her standing beside the dance floor at the candy store. Y'all gotta forgive me if my reading is a little choppy. I can't find my glasses. I only have like 3 right lenses left. Okay. I was supposed to go see the ophthalmologist or the optometrist or whoever that is, but I fucked it up before I left. My bad, guys. So my reading is a little off. My bad. She told me her name was Matrasha, and she was is that Matrasha? Hold on. She told me her name was Mitrash. Is that Matrasha or Matrasha? And she was as beautiful and exotic as her name. A dead ringer for Josephine Baker. After a night of drinking, flirting, kissing, and dancing, I took Matrasha home, where we did blow and got down to business. Hold on. Hold your knuckles. The next time we were together, Matrasha forgot to do the tuck and fold. When I reached down, I discovered that she was actually a he. For some reason, I didn't care. You know why you didn't care? Because you're trans attracted. Now, a lot of people are saying things like, yeah, we knew he was bisexual. He's bisexual. Now, he's not admitting to anything where he willingly slept with a man. That would make him bisexual. But because he's sleeping with a trans woman, he's not bi. I know you like, to all the non-community people, but he's not bi. He's trans attracted. That's different. Once you learn to utilize the word trans attracted instead of using the word bi, you'll have so many more men coming out, because it's like utilizing the word bi. It's some of these men ain't ready to do it, but trans attracted is something totally different. Richard Pryor likes women who possibly or could deal with women or could, experience life and love and romance with a woman who could possibly have something extra. Didn't y'all see Pose? Y'all ain't never seen Pose before? Now, where did I leave off? Oh, child, this is getting long. I ain't even got, okay. I discovered that she was actually a he. For some reason, I didn't care. Either I wanted the nut too badly, I was too high to object, or I was as sexually confused as Matrasha. It was probably a combination of all three. Matrasha and I carried on for several weeks. We even went out dancing at the Daisy. I never kept him. Okay, let me be politically correct. I never kept her a secret. Mooney, for instance, knew I was dating a trans woman, and a drop-dead gorgeous one at that. I even admitted doing something different was exciting, but after 2 weeks of being gay, you're not gay, you're trans attracted, enough was enough. And I went back to life as a horny homosexual. I'm sorry, heterosexual, my bad, y'all. Given the word on the street, I wasn't surprised Motown founder Berta Gordy and director Sidney Furie assumed a lot of shiz about me when I auditioned for Lady Sings the Blues. From the question they asked, I realized they thought that I was a junkie. They thought I shot heroin. I think we remember touching that on in the book Diana Ross did, or the Diana Ross tell-all book, where Diana Ross was like, I don't want to be here with his junkie ass. Now, Bird Gordy thought that he was only drinking liquor, or maybe that's all he told Diana that he was doing. Okay, but according to the book, that's all they seen him do, that he was straight for the movie, meaning no drugs, but he was an alcoholic. According to this book, Richard Pryor said he tried as best as he could to be straight, no drugs, but I mean, he did falter. They gave me the role of piano man right there. They said I did great at the audition. I was very excited. I talked about becoming a movie star all the time. Not because I saw myself as a star. I just had this juice inside me, this swirl of emotion and ideas that I felt could be brought out on the big screen. You're the greatest actor I've ever seen, Mooney once said. You know why? 'Cause you can't act. I can't? No, but you sure as hell can lie. Suddenly, people wanted to meet me. Let me tell you what I did not know, y'all. Do y'all remember the Mel Brooks movie, Blazing Saddle? Okay, what's the dude name who played the sheriff? I think his name was Cleavon Little. Let me tell you something. That movie was the funniest movie I had ever seen. That was when I fell in love with Mel Brooks. Okay. Did y'all know that Richard Pryor wrote that movie with Mel Brooks? Line for line. They sat together, because Mel Brooks called him like, hey, Richie, chicken shit Pryor, what you doing? Come over here, help me write this movie. Line for line. They acted the movie out together, came up with a big hit. Matter of fact, that's what I'm going to do today. I'm probably going to rent it on Infinity or something like that, or Netflix or some shit like that, right? Excuse me. And, excuse me, y'all. But they wrote that movie together. The thing about that movie was that they couldn't put Richard Pryor's name on it because Mel Brooks, although Richard Pryor says that he was a good guy, and he believed that Mel Brooks would have done his best to fight for him, but the powers that be would not allow a thing like Richard Pryor to come in and infest the movie, because he admits that he is known for vulgarity. When you put Richard Pryor on a film, it automatically puts the movie in a place where they have to fight harder to get more, I guess, hold on, y'all. To get more acceptance. That's what I'm trying to say. Forgive me, y'all. Y'all don't want more drugs. We tossed out lines and acted out ideas each day for 8 or 9 hours. Mel acted as a ringleader, saying stuff like, great, Richard, we'll make this guy black. and laughing when I came up with the fart scene. I knew Blazing Saddles was going to be one of the funniest scripts ever. And before we even finished writing it, Mel was talking about me starring as the black sheriff. Y'all, I did not know this. I didn't know it. But when it came time to make the movie, I think people at the studio, more powerful than Mel, didn't want me. They were scared of my reputation. I think Mel liked me, and I think he could have fought to keep me as a star. Hold on. I think Mel liked me, and I think he could have fought to keep me as his star. I think Cleavon Little did a good job. However, I know what kind of job I could have done. But Mel, bless his heart, had a decision to make, and he chose to get his movie made. So, wow, thinking of Blazing Saddles with Richard Pryor. Oh my God. I think he did right by choosing Cleavon Little. I really did. I really do. I think he did the right thing. What was best for his movie. Although, man, Richard Pryor did not get the not credentials, y'all. My bad. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. I'm on drugs. Following the release of Lady Sings the Blues, I should have been one of the hottest young actors in Hollywood. There was talk of an Oscar nomination in the press. People knew that I'd co-written Blazing Saddles, one of the funniest pictures ever. I had ideas and talent. I deserved the type of multi-picture deal that filmmaker Spike Lee and Robert Townsend would get from the studios 15 years later. But that wasn't happening then. The only scripts that came my way were for low-budget exploitation films. It was as if a baseball player, Barry Bonds, had a great season and then was forced to begin the next one in the minors. Still, I took what was available, including Watt Stack's hit and the Mac. It was frustrating not to be able to do serious work. I felt shackled. So in 1973, networks were allowing comedians to have television specials. One of them was Flip Wilson. The other one was Lily Tomlin. Now, you know Lily Tomlin. Oh my gosh, my favorite act of hers was when she would sit like in the big wooden chair. And she was like the little girl or the doll baby. Oh my God, that is my favorite act of her. Lily Tomlin and Gilda Radner are by far my two favorite funny white women. I love them. And him and Lily Tomlin had a good connection with each other. Okay. Lily Tomlin thought that Richard Pryor was forward thinking. So of course, both of them Richard Pryor Flip Wilson and Lily Tomlin wanted Richard Pryor for their show. He said that, Flip Wilson was a little more reserved, of course, because he was still a black comedian. Okay. Lily Tomlin, because she was a white woman, of course she can do a little more. So he felt a little freer. He even developed a crush for Lily Tomlin, because he loved how she would just navigate between these different characters. He was turned on by that. Okay. By the next year, he goes on to talk about some difficult times. In 1974, after Blazing Saddles finally reached theaters, my ignorance of the law, rejection of society's rules, and general lack of responsibilities caught up to me. Remember we was talking about he round here thinking he old street nigga, where he don't have to, walk around with IDs, pay taxes, none of that, or they caught his ass, okay? First, I was stopped by cops one night for outstanding traffic warrants while driving Mooney's 1952 Ford. And as was my custom, I didn't have an ID on me. As soon as that was cleared up, the government kicked my ass by filing an indictment for failure to pay income taxes on $250,000 earned between 1967 and 1970. Didn't I tell you? It's not about the act when it comes down to crime. It's about the fact that you got away with not paying your taxes. Nobody gets away with not paying their taxes in the United States of the America. Yeah. Deborah McGuire, an exquisite black model in her early 20s, didn't get it. After spotting her on a few occasions at the candy store, she ignored my pantomimed pickup attempts without so much as a smile or a wink in return. Let me tell you about Deborah, Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah, although Richard Pryor is very charismatic. What is he? What did we say he is? A Sagittarian. Although he is is he a Sagittarian or did we say Aquarius? I forget. But anyway, Richard Pryor is a very, very charismatic man. He make you laugh. You know, ladies, you know how it is. You know, I'm sorry, I'm about to, bust us open. But you know how it is with us. You make us laugh. But next second, we already thinking about, knocking you down or letting you knock us down. Okay? But he's trying. He's seeing her out. I'm Richard Pryor. I'm up here. I mean, I ain't that big, but I was in Lady Sings the Blues. All right? I co-wrote, what is that? Blazing Saddles. Okay, I done did the car wash. I done did the Mac. The Mac, girl. The Mac. But let me tell you about Miss Deborah. Miss Deborah was not pleased with Richard Pryor's shenanigans. Let me tell you why. Because she done had this old rich white man raising her, basically, since she was a teenager, taking good care of her. It was nothing that Richard Pryor could do for her to put her in a better position than what she was in. So all the Richard Pryor shenanigans didn't work with her. Oh, I love me some Deborah. I love a bitch that know her vagina worth. Even though I was bedeviled by her, Deborah didn't like me. She didn't need me. As a teenager, she had met this rich, older white man who helped her skip through the massacre. He taught her things, took her places, and she loved him. The fact alone made me insanely jealous. I telephoned Debbie as if hers was the only number I knew, day and night. The more attached she was to him, the more determined I was to take her away. It was sick. It really was. You know why I was sick, Sagittarian? Because once you get her, you're going to throw her away. That's how they do. Everything is a challenge to them. Everything. Remember that. Remember that. That's why you got to disappear in them niggas. Remember how I told you from time to time, I give my wife what for just because I can. But sometimes you got to disappear on them ninjas. When you got your old street dude and you got your old street dude, disappear. Now, if he the kind of street dude, when you get home, he want to wop, pop, 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 don't do that with that nigga. Okay, he ain't, mentally equipped to deal with what he give to you. He can't handle what he gives. Okay, don't do that with him. But you got to always determine whether or not that man is the type of man who has to constantly chase. And you got to run, girl. You got to constantly run. Sometimes you got to make them your side nigga. You're welcome. I tried to get Debbie to hang out with me on a set of Uptown Saturday Night, but she wasn't ready to get involved with my craziness. I don't blame her. I didn't blame her. Damn, that's what he said. One night, I got so pissed at not being paid nearly $100,000 in royalties owed me for That Ninja's Crazy. I opened fire on my gold album, not to mention The Wall with a .345 Magnum. Another night, Freddie Prinze and I, Freddie Prinze, Chico and the Man, not Freddie Prinze Jr., not him, but Freddie Prinze, his daddy, Chico and the Man. Wasn't that Freddie Prinze, y'all? But another night, Freddie Prinze and I, after getting nuts on Boogity Sugarty, stood in the backyard and fired rounds after rounds into the sky. That girl don't want to be bothered with your crazy ass when she got... Why would she want to be with you, Richard Pryor? She got this rich white man that been doing right by her for years. Why would she want to be with you, ninja? You ain't going to take her nowhere but to the gutter. Okay? Y'all, this long is about to end in a minute. The Contessa, his girlfriend, the stewardess, Casey the Contessa, who was still living with me, freaked out. She felt as if World War II was breaking out in the Hollywood Hills. She called Mooney and asked him to come over and calm us down. He won't stop doing coke. He won't stop doing coke. He won't stop doing coke, she wailed. He's crazy. Yeah, but you knew that nigga was crazy when he put the cake in your face. See, this is the difference. You got Casey, who was elated and would put up with anything to be with Richard Pryor because he's Richard Pryor. Then you got this other girl over here who ain't willing to put up with nothing. You know why? Because Richard Pryor ain't good enough, y'all. Again, treat them like they're not good enough. You will always win. Oh, you're not good enough for me. Ugh. Treat them like that. All them dudes who think, that, big time, blink, if you know what I'm saying. They stars and athletes and all that. Just treat them like they ain't good. Oh, you ain't good enough for me, girl. But anyway, he done got him a new car. And then Casey took his car and got the hell out of town. I don't blame her. By early 1975, I was a hot commodity. And if I wanted to grab a lucrative payday, one was there for the taking. TV series, Las Vegas casinos, millions of dollars, but the money didn't interest me. I knew that if I was any good, it was going to be there regardless. Instead, I went the opposite direction. Declined everything and continued pursuing my own thing. Then Roberta Flack introduced me to Atlanta-based attorney David Franklin, the only black manager I knew of in the business. And I felt as if I'd found the guy who could help me become the hero I envisioned. Sorry, guys, that was long. It was choppy. My bad. My vision ain't right. Okay. And on top of that, y'all know I be taking these tramadol to deal with these titties. But I love y'all anyway. Now, if you have not already done so, please remember to like, share to Facebook, subscribe, and visit uptopbeauty.com. Now, the same people that you meet on the way up will always be the same people that you meet on the way down. My naysayers, my patron loves, you babies. Have a good one. Peace.